Three, two, one. Welcome back to ESPR Boxing's YouTube channel. We have just seen Knockout Chaos in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Elliot, seen Joshua knock out Francis Ngannou in brutal fashion in round two. Got the knockdown in round one. Ngannou kind of looked like he started okay, but round two, that was a knockout of the year contender. I'll let you take it away with your thoughts.
You know what, mate? Fantastic. Firstly, fantastic that it finished so early, but secondly, fantastic performance from AJ. I'm not actually sure. Apart from watched, but I'm not actually sure Ngannou landed on him. Did he? Really? I mean, he might have like stroked him a little bit in some of the clinches, but first knockdown, fantastic. Picked his shot, and Ngannou gave him too much time. Then he went straight down with that one. Second, well, the first knockdown in the second round, again, lovely shot, and then the ending was just like I don't even know the ref. There's no point in counting that, is there? And thankfully, looks like I've just been watching the video there. He's obviously Ngannou's back up and he's in the corner, which is nice to see. But I think that's frankly, well, two things. I think one that is it should be the end of Francis Ngannou's boxing career, um, and secondly, I'm a bit reluctant to say AJ's back, because let's look at who he's fought. But equally, looks like him and Ben Davison are putting together a decent run actually for this phase of AJ's career. So I'm actually excited to see where he goes and how he goes from here, frankly.
Yeah, I think it's important not to get carried away. Like tonight, what we saw was it was very entertaining, and as boxing fans, we want to see knockouts. But we've seen a boxer against a non-boxer, and when you see that, that's you expect that sort of result. Um, like one person who was ringside tonight was Tyson Fury. Um, tonight tonight makes the his fight against Francis Ngannou back in October all the more extraordinary to me. Obviously, not only did he get knocked down by Francis Ngannou, he also almost lost. Um, and I can't help but think about that after what we've just seen. I'm gonna kind of jump straight to the point here, Elliot. Like, do you think that fight happened because Fury it was all down to Fury just underestimating him? Because some would argue that even if Fury underestimated him, he would still have easily beaten him after what we've just seen tonight. Or do you think it's a case of Fury just being past it now and not being up for the fight? What do you put that Fury performance down to? Because we've seen just two very different fights tonight, haven't we? In the space of what 5 6 months, so it's a strange one.
No, we have, but we've also seen Tyson Fury different in some ways to AJ. Like you look at AJ, seems to be really focused on it, really switched on, frankly, mentally at the moment. We look at Tyson Fury, obviously fought Ngannou, fought Chisora. He's not really had a live fight for quite some time. So I do think there's an element of complacency that's coming. But I also, to be honest with you, think that the performance of AJ tonight might sober Tyson Fury up. Don't get me wrong, I think he looks in great shape for this Usyk fight. He does look really lean, like he's taking it really, really seriously. He hasn't been as vocal. So I actually think he himself is now motivated for that Usyk fight. But I think this might actually give him an extra sort of spring, to be honest with you. Seeing what happened here tonight, people almost not writing him off, obviously, but almost going, like what the hell's happened to you, AJ, to stop you, essentially, making those sort of conclusions. I think it's actually what he needs to sort of get him focused and get that kind of hunger back as well. So, oh yeah, I think he overlooked Ngannou, to be honest with you. I really, really do. I don't think Tyson Fury is washed to the point where Ngannou beats him convincingly if he's motivated. I think he just saw it as kind of quite an easy night's work. And I think from when we saw the press conference, earlier in the week and the kind of back and forth that he had with Ngannou, I think to be honest with you, like there was a bit of bite in there from Fury. I think he kind of is aware of the kind of reaction that the performance got. Um, and I feel like that was sort of coming out in that frustration as well. So if he can channel that energy, it'd be a great thing. Yeah, I don't necessarily think Fury's washed, but equally he's in for his own hard night, isn't he? Coming up in May, so we'll be able to take stock from that.
Yeah, and it's a different topic for a different video, but I've got my own feelings about Fury being ringside tonight and being at the press conference 2 months before he's fighting Alexander Usyk. I understand his brother was fighting tonight, but I don't think I'm a bit confused as to why he was there when he's got a massive challenge ahead of him. Um, we'll go back to Joshua. Um, what do you think will happen next, Elliot? I think most people would say that there are two options there. One being Joshua possibly fighting the winner of Fury Usyk, which is happening on May the 18th, or possibly fighting Philip Hrgović for the what would be the vacant IBF world title in I'm going to say July, August time, maybe. What do you think is going to happen now? Obviously, Fury Usyk, we don't know who's going to win that fight. We don't know if there's going to be a rematch. Um, Hrgovic seems to be a fight that could be made. Hrgovic hasn't fought since December in that amazing fight against Mark Demori that we all saw. What do you think's next? What do you think's going to happen next for Anthony Joshua? What's your gut telling you?
I think obviously it depends a bit on Fury Usyk because I know there's obviously there's a rematch clause in there as well. So if that's activated, then obviously you'd expect him. He's going to fight obviously again, isn't he? Before waiting for the winner of that. So I think that'd be Hrgovic if they activate that. But then we've seen previously with Fury when there've been rematch clauses that haven't been honoured, etc. as well. So I think if the Fury Usyk fight happens and then they manage to somehow fracture the belts a little, maybe sprinkle one of those off and have AJ fight Hrgovic for it, that would actually make perfect sense. I think to be honest with you, from what we've seen, I think AJ's going to run through Hrgovic. I really do. I think he batters him. I wouldn't mind. To be honest, I really wouldn't mind seeing AJ have another crack at Usyk with this Ben Davison kit. I'm not saying he's going to win, but I wouldn't mind just seeing what happens if he just went in there and tried to let his hands go. Um, Equally, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Tyson Fury. So all those three fights, I wouldn't mind seeing. To be honest, I wouldn't put it past if somehow His Excellency can rebuild Deontay Wilder into some sort of credible force, even seeing that fight. But I do think Hrgovic makes a lot of sense for AJ because it's a credible victory, and I think he runs through him.
Yeah, I would probably agree with you. And like without looking forward too much, if Joshua can beat Hrgovic, it maybe gives him a bit more pulling power for the win of Fury or Usyk. At the moment, I just think that trying to make a fight, albeit with a lot of Saudi money on the table, but with Fury with the undisputed championship and Joshua who's beltless, I still don't. I'm not convinced that's an easy fight to make, if I'm honest.
No,
So you can imagine the sort of the high Tyson Fury's going to beat on if he beats Alexander Usyk. So I just think he'll demand certain things, and I just am not convinced that's an easy fight to make. Whereas if Joshua can win the IBF title, he can say, "Look at the run I've been on. My name's bigger than ever. I have got a world title." And then yeah, then maybe we could see him fight Fury Usyk at the end of this year or the beginning of next. Elliot, we'll leave it there. It's been a long night. We've just yeah, whether AJ's back or not, we'll maybe discuss at a later date. But look, it was fantastic to see another highlight reel knockout. We've not really seen one of those highlight reel knockouts for a little while now. I'm not sure if you want to count the Robert Helenius one or not. Elliot, thank you for your time, and I'll speak to you again soon.
thank you very much, mate. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.